Listen to me, right now, at this very moment, there are two versions of you. The person you are and the person you could become. And the only thing standing between them is you. 2025 is not just another year, it's your year. But you gotta stop waiting for things to change and start demanding more from yourself. Because if you don't, nobody else will. Your success is in your hands. That's it. No one else is responsible for where you end up in life. Not your parents, not your boss, not society, you. The moment you understand that, everything changes. Too many people walk around blaming their circumstances, their past, their environment. But the truth is, your life is a result of your decisions. It's a tough pill to swallow, but it's also the most empowering realization you'll ever have. Because if your choices got you here, then your choices can take you somewhere else. That means no matter what your situation is, you have the power to change it. You have the power to take control. But you have to stop making excuses and start making moves. Some people spend their whole lives waiting for someone to come and save them. They think if they just had a little more help, a little more support, then things would be different. They wait for the perfect opportunity, the perfect timing, the perfect situation. But let me tell you something. Perfection is an illusion. There is no perfect moment. There is no perfect time to start. You have to move now. You have to take control now. When you blame other people for where you are in life, you give away your power. You put your future in someone else's hands. But when you take responsibility, when you own your decisions, that's when you take your power back. You have to stop playing the victim. You have to stop telling yourself that life is unfair. Maybe it is. Maybe you didn't get the same opportunities as someone else. Maybe you had to struggle more than others. But you know what? So what? What are you going to do about it? Are you going to let that be the reason you stay stuck? Or are you going to use it as motivation to push harder? Every successful person you see today had a moment where they had to make a choice to stop blaming and start building. A choice to stop waiting and start working. They had to look themselves in the mirror and say, I'm done making excuses. I'm done blaming other people. I am responsible for my own success. That's the difference between those who make it and those who don't. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's ownership. It's responsibility. Some people are stuck in a cycle. They wake up every day feeling frustrated, feeling lost, feeling like life is happening to them. But life isn't happening to you, it's responding to you. Every action you take, every decision you make is shaping your future. If you want a different result, you need to take different actions. If you keep doing the same things, you will keep getting the same outcomes. You can't sit around wishing for things to change. You have to change. You have to take responsibility for your own growth, your own progress. Think about this. If you don't take responsibility for your life, who will? If you don't step up and take control, who's going to do it for you? Nobody. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to do the work for you. And that's not a bad thing. That's a blessing. Because that means you are in full control. That means your future is in your hands. That means no matter where you are right now, you have the power to change it. But it starts with you making a decision to stop pointing fingers and start taking action. And let me tell you something. Taking responsibility isn't easy. It's not comfortable. It's hard to look at yourself and admit that the reason you're not where you want to be is because of your own choices. It's hard to accept that your habits, your mindset, your daily decisions are what's keeping you stuck. But until you face that truth, nothing will change. Until you own your situation, you will stay in the same place. You can't fix something if you won't admit it's broken. Some of you right now are living beneath your potential because you refuse to take responsibility. You're blaming your job, your family, your background, your circumstances. You're waiting for things to get better instead of making them better. But listen to me. There is no magic moment. There is no secret formula. There is no shortcut. There is only work. There is only discipline. There is only responsibility. You have to make a commitment to yourself that from this moment forward, you are done making excuses. You are done blaming. You are done waiting. If you're not happy with where you are, change it. If you're not proud of the decisions you've made, make better ones. You are not a tree. You are not stuck. But you have to be willing to move. You have to be willing to do what it takes. And here's the truth. Most people won't do it. Most people will keep making excuses. Most people will keep blaming others. Most people will spend their whole lives waiting for something that's never going to come. But you don't have to be most people. You don't have to settle. You don't have to stay in the same place. But you have to be willing to take ownership. You have to be willing to do what others won't. You have to wake up every morning and remind yourself, I am responsible for my life. I am responsible for my success. I am responsible for my happiness. When things go wrong, don't look for someone to blame. Look for a way to fix it. When life gets tough, don't complain, get stronger. When obstacles come, don't run, face them head on. The people who make it in life are the ones who refuse to accept anything less than their best. They don't wait for permission. They don't wait for approval. They don't wait for the perfect conditions. They take what they have and they make it work. They take responsibility for their actions, their choices, their result. And because of that, they win. So ask yourself right now, are you taking full responsibility for your life, or are you making excuses? Are you owning your choices, or are you blaming your circumstances? If you want to change your life, start by changing your mindset. Start by holding yourself accountable. Start by making the decision that from this moment forward, you are in control. Nobody is going to hand you success. Nobody is going to do the work for you, but that's the best part. Because when you take responsibility, when you put in the work, when you earn it, nobody can take it away from you. It's yours. So stop waiting, stop blaming, stop making excuses. Take responsibility, take action, take control. Your future is in your hands. What are you going to do with it? The only thing stopping you is you. That's it. Not your circumstances, not your past, not other people, just you. The moment you truly understand that, your life will change. Too many people go through life looking for reasons why they can't succeed. They blame their upbringing, their lack of resources, their environment, or bad luck. They tell themselves that if only things were different, they would be successful. But the truth is, success doesn't come to those who wait for perfect conditions. It comes to those who push past every excuse, every obstacle, and every limitation. The real battle isn't with the world. It's with yourself. It's with the voice inside your head that tells you it's too hard, that you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes. Excuses are the number one reason why most people never reach their potential. People say they don't have time, but they waste hours scrolling on their phones. They say they don't have energy, but they stay up late watching TV instead of building a better future. They say they don't have opportunities, but they never take action to create them. The problem isn't the lack of resources, it's the lack of resourcefulness. The moment you stop making excuses is the moment you take back control of your life. Look at the most successful people in the world. They didn't get there because it was easy. They didn't have a straight path to success. They had struggles, setbacks, failures, and rejections. But the difference between them and everyone else is that they didn't let those things stop them. They didn't make excuses. They didn't wait for the perfect opportunity. They created it. They understood that if they wanted something bad enough, they had to work for it, no matter what. And that's the mindset you need. You need to stop waiting for someone to give you permission to succeed. You need to stop waiting for everything to be just right before you start. You need to stop waiting for motivation to hit you, because motivation is temporary. What you need is discipline. What you need is the ability to show up every single day, whether you feel like it or not, and put in the work. When you tell yourself, I don't have time, what you're really saying is, this isn't a priority for me. Because if something truly matters to you, you'll find a way to make time. When you tell yourself, I don't have the skills, what you're really saying is, I'm not willing to learn. Because skills can be developed. Knowledge can be acquired. The only thing standing in your way is your willingness to do the work. Stop making excuses and start taking responsibility. If you're not where you want to be in life, look in the mirror. It's not your parents. It's not your boss. It's not society. It's you. You are in control of your own success, and the sooner you accept that, the sooner you can start making real progress. But as long as you keep making excuses, you'll stay stuck. You'll keep watching other people succeed while you sit on the sidelines, wondering why it's not happening for you. The most dangerous thing you can do is convince yourself that you can. Because the moment you believe that, you stop trying. You stop pushing yourself. You settle for a life that's less than what you deserve. And that's not what you were put on this earth to do. You weren't put here to be average. You weren't put here to live in fear. You weren't put here to watch other people win while you sit back and complain about how hard life is. You were put here to be great. But greatness isn't given. It's earned. It's fought for. It's claimed by those who refuse to accept anything less than the best from themselves. So the question is, are you going to be one of those people? Are you going to be the person who stops making excuses and starts making things happen? Or are you going to keep telling yourself the same tired stories about why you can't do it? Because at the end of the day, it's your choice. Nobody can make it for you. You can either keep living in the same cycle, or you can break free and create a better future for yourself. But it all starts with a decision to stop letting fear, doubt, and excuses control your life. If you want success, you have to go and get it. Nobody is going to hand it to you. Nobody is going to do it for you. And this is a good thing, because when you earn it, when you fight for it, when you put in the blood, sweat, and tears to make it happen, it means something. It becomes yours. And nobody can take that away from you. You have to wake up every single day with a purpose. You have to know why you're doing what you're doing. You have to have a vision so clear that nothing can shake you. Because if you don't, you'll quit the first time things get hard. You'll give up when the obstacles come. You'll go right back to making excuses. But if you have a strong enough reason, nothing will be able to stop you. When you look at successful people, don't just admire where they are now. Study how they got there. Look at the sacrifices they made. Look at the struggles they went through. Look at the countless hours they put in when nobody was watching. That's what success looks like. It's not just the highlight reel. It's the work behind the scenes. It's the discipline to keep going when everything inside you wants to quit. And that's what you need to develop in yourself. That inner fire, that drive, that hunger. Because if you don't have that, you'll always find an excuse. You'll always find a reason why now isn't the right time. But let me tell you something. Now is the only time you have. Tomorrow isn't promised. Next week isn't guaranteed. You have to take action today. The truth is, most people won't do this. Most people will hear this and go right back to their old habits. They'll keep making excuses. They'll keep waiting for something to change instead of making the change themselves. But you don't have to be like most people. You can decide right now that you're done with excuses, that you're done waiting, that you're done living beneath your potential. You have to look yourself in the mirror and be honest. Are you really giving it your all? Are you really pushing yourself to be the best version of yourself? Or are you making excuses for why you're not? Because if you're not where you want to be, the only person who can change that is you. It doesn't matter where you're starting from. It doesn't matter what challenges you have. What matters is what you're willing to do about it. Are you willing to wake up earlier? Are you willing to work harder? Are you willing to sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term success? Because that's what it takes. There are no shortcuts. There are no secrets. There is only the work. If you want something bad enough, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. And that's the difference between those who make it and those who don't. The people who win in life aren't the ones with the best circumstances. They're the ones who refuse to accept their excuses. They're the ones who took responsibility for their future. And that's what you need to do. Your success is your responsibility. Your happiness is your responsibility. And the moment you take ownership of that, the moment you stop making excuses and start making moves, your entire life will change. But it's up to you. It's always been up to you. So what are you going to do? You have to understand that nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to wake you up in the morning and push you to chase your dreams. Nobody is going to force you to put in the work. It's all on you. And that's either the best news you've ever heard or the worst, because if it's all on you, that means you have the power to change everything. Too many people go through life waiting for the right opportunity, waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for someone to give them permission to be great. But life doesn't work like that. If you keep waiting, you'll be waiting forever. You have to take control of your life. Stop blaming your circumstances, your past, or the people around you. Yes, life is hard. Yes, you've been through things that were unfair. Yes, you have challenges. But so does everyone else. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't their circumstances. It's their mindset. It's their decision to take ownership of their future. No matter what, you can either use your challenges as an excuse or you can use them as fuel. The choice is yours. Most people never reach their full potential because they let fear hold them back. Fear of failure, fear of what other people will think, fear of stepping outside their comfort zone. But the truth is, everything you want in life is on the other side of fear. Fear isn't real, it's just a story you tell yourself. And the only way to overcome it is to take action. The longer you wait, the bigger your fears become. But when you face them head on, you realize they were never as big as you thought. You have to want success as badly as you want to breathe. Think about that. When you're underwater and you're desperate for air, nothing else matters. You don't care about distractions. You don't care about comfort. All you care about is getting to the surface and taking that breath. That's the level of hunger you need to have for your goals. Because if you don't, you'll always find an excuse. You'll always let small obstacles stop you. You'll always settle for less than you're capable of. People talk about how much they want success, but their actions don't match their words. They say they want to be great, but they're sleeping every day. They say they want to be successful, but they spend hours scrolling through social media instead of working on their goals. They say they want to change their lives, but they keep doing the same things that have kept them stuck. Wanting something isn't enough. You have to be willing to sacrifice for it. You have to be willing to put in the work when nobody is watching. You have to be willing to push through pain, fatigue, and self-doubt. If you want to succeed, you have to develop discipline. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline is what keeps you moving forward. It's waking up early when you'd rather sleep in. It's going to the gym when you don't feel like working out. It's staying focused on your goals when distractions are everywhere. That's what separates the best from the rest. Nobody becomes great by accident. Nobody wakes up one day and suddenly has everything they've ever wanted. Success is the result of daily habits, consistent effort, and a refusal to quit. It's easy to work hard when you feel good, but what about when you're tired? What about when things aren't going your way? What about when you don't see immediate results? That's when most people quit. And that's exactly why most people never achieve their dreams. You have to be willing to go all in. You have to be willing to commit to your goals 100%. No backup plan, no safety net, just a relentless pursuit of what you want. Because when you leave yourself an escape route, you'll take it the moment things get tough. But when you burn the boats, when you make success your only option, you find a way to make it happen. Most people never reach their potential because they surround themselves with the wrong people. If you spend time with people who are lazy, negative, and unmotivated, that energy will rub off on you. If you're around people who make excuses, you'll start making excuses. If you're around people who settle for mediocrity, you'll start settling too. Your environment matters. The people you spend time with matter. If you want to be successful, you need to surround yourself with winners. You need to be around people who push you, challenge you, and hold you accountable. Look at your circle. Are the people around you helping you grow, or are they holding you back? Are they encouraging you to be better, or are they dragging you down? If you're the smartest, most motivated person in your group, you're in the wrong group. You should be around people who inspire you, people who make you level up, people who make you uncomfortable in your comfort zone. And it's not just about people, it's about what you feed your mind. What are you watching? What are you listening to? What are you reading? If you're constantly consuming negativity, drama, and distractions, that's what your mind will be filled with. But if you fill your mind with positivity, knowledge, and inspiration, that's what will drive your actions. The truth is, you already know what you need to do. You know what it takes to be successful. You know the habits you need to develop, the excuses you need to drop, and the mindset you need to adopt. The problem isn't knowledge. The problem is action. Too many people spend their lives gathering information but never applying it. They read books, watch videos, listen to podcasts, but they never take the first step. Knowledge without action is useless. You can have all the information in the world, but if you don't do anything with it, it won't change your life. The only thing that would change your life is execution, taking massive, consistent action towards your goals every single day. Not just when you feel like it, not just when it's convenient, but every day, no matter what. You don't have to have everything figured out. You don't have to have the perfect plan. You just have to start. Because once you start, momentum builds. And once momentum builds, success becomes inevitable. But if you keep waiting, if you keep overthinking, if you keep making excuses, you'll stay stuck. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for things to get easier. They won't. There will never be a perfect time. There will never be a moment when everything falls into place. You have to create the opportunity. You have to make the decision to go all in right now. And when you do, everything changes. When you decide to stop making excuses, when you decide to take ownership of your future, when you decide to push past fear and go after what you want with everything you have, you become unstoppable. You owe it to yourself to be great. You owe it to yourself to stop settling. You owe it to yourself to stop making excuses and start making moves. Nobody is going to do it for you. Nobody's going to hand you success. But if you're willing to work, if you're willing to sacrifice, if you're willing to go all in, there's nothing you can't achieve. You have to be willing to make sacrifices. Success doesn't come without a cost. You can't have the life you want while holding on to habits, mindsets, and distractions that keep you stuck. Every great achievement requires giving up something. It might be time, it might be comfort, it might be relationships that don't serve you. But one thing is certain, if you're not willing to sacrifice, you're not really serious about success. Too many people say they want to be successful, but when it's time to put in the work, they hesitate. They want to wake up early, but they don't want to sacrifice those late night hours of watching TV or scrolling through their phones. They want to be in great shape, but they don't want to give up junk food and unhealthy habits. They want to build a business, but they're not willing to cut back on time with friends or weekends or party. You can't have it both ways. If you want something different, you have to do something different. That means sacrificing short-term pleasures for long-term success. It means trading comfort for growth. It means doing what most people won't do so you can live the life most people will never have. Most people don't want to hear that. They want to believe they can keep their old habits and still achieve their dream. But the truth is, the person you are today is not the person who will achieve the success you want. You have to grow. You have to change. And change always requires sacrifice. Think about anyone who has ever achieved greatness. Athletes wake up before the sun to train while the world sleeps. Entrepreneurs work late nights and early mornings while others are relaxing. Artists, musicians, and creators spend years mastering their craft while their peers are out having fun. Sacrifice is the price of success. The question is, what are you willing to give up? Are you willing to give up your comfort zone? Because growth doesn't happen where it's easy. It happens when you push yourself past what feels good. It happens when you wake up early, even when you don't feel like it. It happens when you work late, even when you're tired. It happens when you show up day after day, even when the results are immediate. Are you willing to give up negative influences? Because the people around you impact your mindset. If you're surrounded by people who don't believe in success, who complain, who make excuses, it will rub off on you. If you're serious about success, you need to distance yourself from negativity. It doesn't mean you stop caring about people, but it does mean you protect your energy. Are you willing to give up distraction? Because every minute you spend on something that doesn't move you forward is a minute you can't get back. Social media, TV, video games, gossip. These things aren't necessarily bad, but if they're taking up time that could be used to build your future, they're holding you back. You have to be intentional with your time. Every successful person has the same 24 hours as you. The difference is how they use them. They prioritize what matters. They say no to things that don't serve their goals. They sacrifice temporary pleasure for lasting success. And here's the truth. Sacrifice is hard. It's uncomfortable. It's painful, but it's worth it. Because when you make the sacrifices, when you do what others won't, you set yourself up for a future most people can only dream of. There will be moments when you feel like giving up, moments when you question if it's worth it, moments when you look around and see other people enjoying themselves while you grind it. And in those moments, you have to remind yourself why you started. You have to remember that you're not sacrificing for nothing. You're sacrificing for something greater. Every late night, every early morning, every skip party, every hour spent working instead of relaxing, it all adds up. And one day, when you live in the life you dreamed of, you'll realize that every sacrifice was worth it. You'll realize that while others were wasting time, you were building something. You'll realize that you gave up a little now to gain a lot later. And when people see your success, they'll say you're lucky. They'll say it must have been easy. But they won't see the sacrifice. They won't see the nights you went without sleep, the weekends you spent working, the things you had to give up. They won't see the pain, the struggle, the moments of doubt. But you'll know that you earned it, that you made the sacrifices they weren't willing to make. The reality is, success isn't for everyone. Not because everyone is capable of it, but because not everyone is willing to pay the price. Not everyone is willing to make the hard choices. Not everyone is willing to give up comfort, distractions, and negativity. But for those who are truly committed, the rewards are limitless. So ask yourself, how bad do you want it? What are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to put in the work when nobody is watching? Are you willing to let go of things that don't serve your goals? Are you willing to be different, to stand out, to push past fear and discomfort? Because if you're truly willing to sacrifice for your dreams, then nothing can stop you. You will succeed. It's only a matter of time. There will never be a perfect time. Too many people sit around waiting for everything to align before they take action. They wait for the right circumstances, the right motivation, the right opportunity. But the truth is, if you keep waiting for the perfect moment, you'll be waiting forever. Life doesn't work like that. There will always be something standing in your way, an obstacle, a challenge, a distraction. There will always be reasons to put things off, to delay, to say I'll do it tomorrow, but tomorrow turns into next week turns into next year, and before you know it, you spent your whole life waiting. People tell themselves they'll start when they have more time. They'll chase their dreams when they have more money, when they're in better shape, when they feel more confident. But if you don't take action now, what makes you think you'll suddenly be ready later? The truth is, action creates readiness. You don't wait until you feel confident to start. You start, and confidence comes from the progress you make. You don't wait until you have all the answers. You take the first step, and the answers reveal themselves along the way. The people who succeed in life aren't the ones who wait for the perfect time. They're the ones who start when they're scared, when they're unsure, when they don't have it all figured out. They step into the unknown, take risks, and figure it out as they go. Think about how much time you've wasted waiting. How many ideas have you had but never acted on? How many goals have you set but never started working toward? How much further along would you be right now if you had just taken action when you first thought about it? You have to stop waiting. There's no perfect time to start that business, to lose that weight, to learn that skill. The best time was yesterday. The second best time is right now. Fear is what keeps most people stuck. They fear failure. They fear judgment. They fear discomfort. But fear never goes away. You can't let it control your decisions. If you wait for the fear to disappear before you take action, you'll be stuck in the same place forever. The only way to overcome fear is to move forward despite it, to take action even when you're uncertain, to trust yourself enough to start, knowing you'll learn and grow along the way. Some people say they're waiting for motivation, but motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. If you only take action when you feel motivated, you'll never be consistent enough to achieve real success. You have to